I got on the internet in 1979 when I called it the computer. We didn't have the word internet, but it was a networked computing system. I was 9 and 10, and it was always in my mind that it was one of the most profound experiences of my life, talking to strangers, talking to adults on all kinds of topics.
Where was this? Where did you run into that? At your dad's college or something?
Yeah, exactly. So he taught at Dartmouth College, and Dartmouth College in this like colonial town, we were totally back to the land types, all of us with our chickens. We suddenly got religion around computing. In the 70s, we got the president of the college, John Kemeny, had written the computer language BASIC, and offered in exchange for land to put in a giant mainframe, one of those just monstrous, heaving, breathing, rattling mainframes in the middle of town. He said he would teach the school children BASIC. So we learned a little BASIC, and then 4 of us.
Print.
So what's that?
Virginia rocks.
Exactly.
20, go to 10.
To go to 10,
Run.
Exactly.
Here we go.
Yeah, I saw crossed 0 for the first time, a little line.
Perfect.
And the go-tos, and you got to say like, you're an idiot to your brother or whatever at the end of the program, and it was the height of humor.
So you got infected by this early
I got
on.
infected by that bug, and I, persuaded my parents to tie up our one phone line with a modem that connected to a giant, one of those you can picture from war games, those black deep space backgrounds with green letters on the front. I could never forget about this. So I went on to study entirely
1,200
humanities.
baud, 300 baud, 2,400 baud.
I'm not, this was
Haze,
the speed is hard because it wasn't a personal computer. It was it was like these, like a Chromebook.
Probably.
It was like a Chromebook, it didn't have anything in it. They called it a dumb terminal because it had nothing in its little head. Its
so that
head.
got in your head.
That got in my head, but I didn't think, I thought it was too nerdy, I thought it was too nerdy, and my friends started singing Desperado when I came around because they thought I was doing computer dating.
Right.
And so by the time I was 14, I swore it off, went entirely into the humanities, did English, went all the way through to a very exhausting...
It's interesting, your friends actually pushed you away from a career in computer science.
You know what?
The peer pressure.
These were the decisions this is the decision I made. Go out drinking with your, friends in New Hampshire redneck town and drink a lot of Bartles and James coolers and smoke.
Right.
Or learn Fortran and Pascal, and turn into you or, whoever else I could have been had I learned to code, and I didn't.
Right.
But so in an effort to justify that excellent decision-making, I did a PhD in English and really thought I would teach English, but then the web hijacked me again.
Right.
In 1992, I saw it and I thought, this is just where I want to be, and this is my brain loves this. It was like incredible pleasure to see the birth of blogs, to see, to write for online magazines, see what commenters were like. I always wanted to know from New Hampshire, what were Americans like? What were people around the world like? What did they care about? And as soon as they flooded into the comments section on Slate, the first online magazine I wrote for, I just was like, this is for me. I know lots of people don't like YouTube comments, and for whatever reason, I love it. I can't get enough of like broken English, polyglot.
First.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even the
I should take
comment.
a moment and just say, by the way, for those of you who want to just go buy the book right now, go to Amazon and buy Magic and Loss, The Internet as Art by Virginia Heffernan. Magic and Loss. Go ahead and type that in while you're listening to our conversation, or buy it at Audible. This is my favorite ad read on the planet. I love Audible. I've been an Audible customer for a decade, and I have hundreds of audiobooks. Yes, you heard that right. Literally hundreds of audiobooks. And, I like to hike. You guys see pictures of me on my social media hiking. Sometimes I go hiking with my daughter. A lot of times I decide to walk from meeting to meeting in the city. I leave a little extra time, half an hour, 45 minutes, and I'm in the car, right? You're driving, going down to Palo Alto, coming back to the city, stopping everywhere in between, doing my business. And when I do that and I'm on the treadmill or the elliptical or the rowing machine, I like to get smarter. I like to be more worldly, and Audible is my way to do that. I have the Platinum offering, which is 2 books a month. You get dozens of books a year. And, I've told you about some books I've been listening to: The Man Who Knew Infinity, The Hobbit, which I listened to with my daughter, Building Great Sentences, which you probably see in my work. I've been doing these really long, complicated compound sentences, and it's really helped me. I'm doing an Increase Your Vocabulary book right now from the Great Lessons. And Smarter, Faster, Better was my last pick, but I have one out of left field. And I'm going to tell you my technique on Audible. I go to audible.com and I look at what's best selling, and I look in categories that maybe I'm weak in, or maybe I don't have as much exposure to. One of those is science. I need to be up on science. And sometimes I feel, a little self-conscious. Maybe I don't know a lot of the classics. Maybe I don't know a lot of the things I should know. And I saw this book, Sapiens, and it had over 4,000 reviews and it had 4.5 stars. And so I'm always looking for that when I'm looking through the bestsellers, when I'm looking through the highest ranked, I'm looking for two things. One, a lot of reviews and a high rating. And then I go read the reviews. And the reviews on Audible are amazing. There's so many super fans like me on there, and I don't take the time to review books, so I feel kind of guilty about that, but I will draft off of the people who do. And Sapiens is a 15-hour book, and I'm in chapter 6 of 21 right now, and I am riveted, like so riveted by this book, Sapiens, which is about humans and how there were multiple types of humans on the planet concurrently, and how we domesticated animals and how we domesticated wheat, or how wheat domesticated us, and how we were hunter-gatherers. And it just explains the history and the evolution of humans. And it really relates back to today and people, people's own happiness today and how we're evolving. This book is amazing. I literally was in my garage. I parked and I stayed in my car for 15 minutes because I couldn't stop listening to it. And there's a great feature in Audible that I discovered about a year ago. It's the sleep timer. So when I'm going to go to bed, sometimes I have a hard time sleeping, right? We all have a hard time because we keep looking at our damn screens. We keep doing Twitter or Facebook and, looking at things in our social feed. Here's a better strategy. You go to Audible. You get a really great book. You put on the sleep timer for 15 minutes. Then you fall asleep listening to a great book. And if you're still awake, you put it on another 15 minutes. If you fall asleep and you think you missed the last 5 minutes, when you wake up in the morning, you just rewind 5 minutes and you listen to the text over again or whatever. This is what I've been doing, and it works great for me. You own your books. It's not a streaming service. That would suck if you didn't own the books. You own the books, which is great because my wife and my daughter also listen to books on our account, and I also can listen to them now on the Alexa. So I have the Amazon Echo, and I'm like, Alexa, play this audiobook from Audible, and it does it. It's great. I love reading books, but my eyes get tired, and a lot of times I have to have my eyes on the road. Self-driving cars are not here yet. So Audible is the perfect solution. I am a huge fan of Audible. Go to audible.com/twist and get your 30-day trial membership. And I got to tell you, I literally want to stop reading right now and stop the episode and go read Sapiens, because I am loving this book, A Brief History of Humankind. And it's not brief, it's 15 hours. And where do you get a value like that? For $10 to get 15 hours? It's unbelievable. It's less than $1 an hour. So go ahead and check out Sapiens. I love it. And I'm looking for some people to talk to it about. So if you're a friend of mine and you plan on having dinner or lunch with me, please read the book so we can talk about it. Go ahead and go to audible.com/twist, audible.com/twist, and download my book of the week for free by signing up at audible.com/twist. Go get Sapiens for free. It's on your Uncle Jason. Okay, let's get back to this amazing episode. I could talk about Audible all day, and I frequently do. Okay, let's get back to this amazing episode.